Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and very, very welcome to all of you all over the world to Radio Works World. We are really excited to be able to share with you some inspirational nuggets, some gold nuggets that will take you from where you are right now in your life, wherever that might be, to where you really, really want to be in your dreams, in your desires, in your heart, and where you know that that passion is going to come from, and you know that it's your birthright to reach that destination. So this is Natasha Aylott from Get Blissed and Inspire, and the beautiful, amazing Marina Nani, the goddess of Radio Works World.
Wow, Natasha, I feel so humbled being with you here, sharing your passion. Wow, what else I can ask more? I just feel that this right now, this is the perfect moment. I know our listeners are thinking now is not the right time, but I'm saying to you, yes, now is the right time. What better time? Take this moment and make it perfect. Over to you, Natasha.
Oh, thank you so much, Marina. Yes, now is the time. Now is the moment, because now, right now, in this present moment, it's all we have. There's no point in saying, yeah, well, I'll do it tomorrow. And I am the worst person in the world. So I truly, truly, truly resonate with you when you finding yourself giving yourself excuses, procrastinating, putting things off. I have been doing it my whole life. And then when I decide to do something and I just do it and I have the breakthrough, I'm so excited. I'm like, wow, I did it. So I truly empathize with you when you're in that position that's holding you back. And, you think, I'd love to do this when X, Y, and Z is in place, or when my ducks are all in a row, or when I've got my 1, 2, 3 all lined up. And I really do, I know how hard it is when you're feeling that you want to do it and you're excited about it, and then you put it off. And then the more you put it off, the less likely you are to do it. So completely get clear about what it is that you want, what your desires are. Have passion around, allow your inner desires and excitement and emotions and feelings all come to the surface about what it would mean to you if your life looked like, and whatever it looked like. And then literally put pen to paper and start writing it down. So what I would do is put on a big piece of paper, write your name in the middle. And I always put a love heart around my name. So put your name down, put a love heart around your name, and then literally let your mind go crazy. Let your imagination run wild. And, don't leave any stone unturned. Really, embrace everything and all that means to you. So, for instance, it might be that you really want to reach lots and lots of people to help them and inspire them and help them wake up and live their own amazing life. So it might be travel. So you can put travel. You might want to go to sunny countries. They might be sunshine. Travel. It might be meeting lots of people. It might be meeting a certain type of people. It might be being a certain type of person. You might want to, if it's your health, for instance, that you're talking about, then you need to get passionate about what that would look like, how you want to actually be. If you want to be healthy, if you want to wear this type of outfit, suit, dress, something like that, if you want to have your hair a certain way, if you want to be able to do exercise every day, have beautiful, amazing food, and have a think about what that might be and what that might look like, and then write it all down. And then to each point that you've made, just draw a line with a little arrow from your name with your love heart wrapped around it. So you can do a bit of mind mapping. We call this mind mapping. And it's literally just getting it all out there. And you might find when you start looking at what you've written down, it's completely different from what you thought it might be. When you have completely and utterly exhausted all of your imagination on the things that would fit around getting you to this goal, getting you to this place, it might be, health-wise, as we said, it could be even writing a book, for instance. What do you need to put in place to have this? And in not saying that you need to go through all the steps all at once, but get the end result in mind. Because once you know where you're heading, then the steps in the path there, the journey will start to become clearer. Not the whole journey, but maybe the first steps. And then you can take one of those baby steps, and then the next step will reveal itself. So it's all about having faith in who you are and your abilities, what you want, maybe what your gifts are to bring to the table, and then painting a picture, the outlines of a picture, to put it all together and put it all into place. And then you can really start to launch yourself into the whole idea of it and the whole feeling of it, and just let the emotions run wild, and, you know, think about what it is you're really passionate about to want to achieve, and let that all become part of your journey and your experience. And then what steps you need to take first, and then plan it out. So you've got your end destination in mind, your desires in mind, and then you've got the steps along the way to get you there. And then how you're going to take those steps, who you might need to connect with in order to make that step happen, who you need to be, or how you need to turn up to achieve that next step, and so on and so forth. So I hope that makes sense to everybody, but that's certainly where I would start. Marina, anything that you'd like to add to this journey?
Actually, I'm so in tune with your passion. I know this is one chapter, one module from your program. And I'm so excited about this because you talk about passion, and you are the passion. You see, because for you to inspire others to dream more, to learn more, to become more, to grow into the person they need to be, is about creating an impact, creating a template, creating a blueprint, creating that stepping stone where the person in front of you could go for it, embrace it, and no matter how challenging that might sound at first, just never feel alone, never feel that it's crazy, never feel that it's too much, never feel that you can't do. There is nothing you can do. There is nothing that you can't be. So it's all about not being necessarily chasing success, but having something to hold on your arms and give it to the world, to just create that feeling inside yourself that what you give to the world is priceless, and nobody can be you, because nobody can be you. And I was thinking, Natasha, you see, the next 5 years will give us only 1,825 days. You see, when I started at your world, I'm so passionate about your passion, and that's my true passion, to broadcast your passion. I thought,
I love it.
I thought I'm going to have 10,000 shows, and I'm going to help so many people to broadcast their passion and allow the world to know them better, allow the world to understand what they are made of, who they are, where are they going, and regardless where they're coming from. And yet, if I'm looking at the figures, because everything is down to figures, the next 5 years are giving us only 1,825 days. How many shows a day? Now, right now, we are doing between 10 and 12. And I'm thinking, how many people, how many millions of people out there who need to stop being the best kept secret, who need to broadcast their passion? I'm thinking 10 years. 10 years, it's only 3,650 days. So how many shows? How many people? 20 years is only 7,300 days. That's it. And even a quarter of a century from now on means less than 10,000 days, means only 9,125 days. You see the urgency I feel to broadcast your passion and just make our listeners aware that what I have is what they have. That's all we have right now. Right now, we turn this moment as imperfect as it is, as awesome as it is, and make it perfect. This is all we got right now. And the most important thing when you inspire people, and you are on a journey, Natasha, to inspire people to unchain themselves, to unchain their dreams and become who they are designed to be. And takes two to tango. You cannot do that for anyone. You could guide them, you can give them all the tools they need, and you are there for each one of them. But at the end of the day, whatever they want to do, they have to be. So you are so passionate about your journey, and you turn the race you're living into a beautiful journey. We don't know where we are going. All we are doing is being and going and just creating and delivering better life choices. Because this is all about being kind to another, being kind to yourself, and loving each other and loving yourself. And more to it, actually, you become love. You become the love that is missing in the world. You become that fountain of love that is showering everyone, and every single person could go there and listen to your shows and get inspired and get passionate about who they truly are and understand their true worth. Over to you, Natasha.
Oh, that's beautiful. And Marina, I'm so impressed with the maths. Wow, I think you swallowed a couple of study books there with getting all your maths with the days. You know how many days are in each year and how many shows.
I can do it now. You know, I can do that now in my head because I learned from Philip Chan,
Yeah.
the jet set learning course. So he got this amazing book, and you learn how to do the figures in your head. It's so that easy now.
Of course, my good friend Philip, there you go. Philip Chan has obviously shown you the way, and I completely now understand why you have just regurgitated all of those figures. Yeah, he's a genius, and he makes maths easy to understand and exciting to enjoy, and his book is phenomenal. So yeah, absolutely.
And you see, it's Natasha is coming down to figures, because let's say the figure in your life right now is your age, and the figure in my life right now is my age. But it's my choice if I put a minus or a plus in front of that figure. You see, and if I put it at the end of that figure, becomes limitless. It's up to me. It's up to me how many times a day I manifest my passion. It's up to me how many times a day I decide not to be brought down by negative thoughts, by other people's opinion, because what other people think is none of your business. It's none of your business. Over to you, Natasha.
I totally agree. Yeah. And we've both talked about this so much. It is, all about choices. It is all about being up to you. Every single day, you get to choose what you want to do. You are in charge of your life, and you are 100% responsibility for everything you say, everything you do, and everything that happens to you, all the experiences that you bring into your life. And once you understand the concept of that, actually, it might be a bit scary when people think, well, this has happened to me and that was horrible. How could I possibly have attracted that? But you see, the flip side is, and this is what I love about it, when you shine light on that darkness and you say, yes, but actually at the same time, it means that you are in the driving seat. It means that you are completely responsible for your life. So if you want to make it happen, then you need to make it happen. Break the chains that hold you back from your self-limiting beliefs. There is nothing stopping you going from, you look at the word impossible, and yet you take that same word with the same spellings and you literally put a space in between the M and the P. You put a comma or apostrophe in between the I and the M, and you make that same word impossible, which sounds really like you're never going to achieve it, you're never going to reach that. But you take the same word impossible and you make it I'm possible. And I'm sure that our audience have already done that when I was talking. So you see, just by changing your mindset, changing your perspective on things, any situation, you can make choices yourself about your life. You can take charge and take back the control and take back the power in your life and make your life anything that you want to. Don't get me wrong, every day isn't wonderful for me, isn't perfect for me. I'm a very passionate person. I love spreading the love, because when we become love and we spread the love, then it just gets better and better. But there have been so many times where I've been in a dark place, so many times when I haven't wanted to get dressed, I haven't wanted to speak to anybody, I haven't felt happy or good, and I've thought, I just don't want to do anything today. What's going on? What's happened to everything that I was yesterday or last week or last month? Because you need those dark moments, because you're processing stuff or you're experiencing things that maybe are unpleasant for you and you're working through them, and that's okay. However, you need to make sure that those moments are short-lived. And when you recognize you're in those dark places and having those dark moments, to turn it around and say, this isn't me. This isn't who I want to be. I'm going to stand up. I'm going to smile. I'm going to get outside and into the sunshine, stand on the grass with my very bare feet, lie on the grass and really get grounded, smile at the birds, at the trees, at the stars that twinkle in the sky, whatever it is that gets your juices flowing, that gets the excitement, building up inside of you, gets the energy flowing, because we're energy beings, and allows the passion to come through you in a really beautiful flowing way. Remember, water flows and blood flows, air flows, oxygen flows. Life is like a cycle. Everything flows in life. So keeping all of those blockages clear, allowing everything to flow through you, and just be the best version of yourself, getting to know yourself, allowing what excites you to come through you. And we're not all going to be, loud and confident and, energetic and enthusiastic and passionate in the same way that I am. There are going to be people who are quiet, but you feel that strength that comes up inside of them. Like people who write poetry, or people who play music, or people who write for a living, people who play musical instruments, or in an orchestra, and allow that to come through. People who dance and allow their passion to come through their dance. So each and every one of us has something that really turns us on, makes us feel alive, gets us excited every single day. These are things that you need to tune into. These are the things that you need to listen about yourself and say, yeah, do you know what? Listening to Natasha today, rambling on, getting passionate, getting excited. Well, those things that she was talking about don't get me excited. However, this gets me excited. This is what I want to do. This is who I want to be. And hopefully that will awaken the excitement and the passion inside of you to help inspire you to take your life to the next level, to take your life to the next experience, and say to you, this is what I need to be doing. I love it. I'm good at it. How can I make a living out of it? And then out of that will be born this beautiful flower, open up with all its petals. Marina?
Natasha, you brought along so much beauty, and your inner aura. You unleashed that, and I love the way you bring along people of great significance who are helping millions and millions of people around the world. And I was thinking that each one of us is like a boat in a harbor, and you want to feel safe. But this is not what you've been built for. If you're a boat, you are designed to travel, to go places, to leave that safe harbor of yours and explore new places. Yesterday I was so inspired by Douglas, who was broadcasting from Calgary, Canada, the Empowered Thinker host, and he is going to launch a movie in London in a couple of weeks, and all our listeners are going to have a ticket to watch the movie, to come to the launch. And I'm thinking that, you can produce your own life, but you need to be passionate about it. You have to have that vision in your mind and be so passionate about it that you cannot bury that dream. You cannot bury that passion anymore. I said, thinking, drawing, creating a piece of invention that is going to help somebody else, or just speaking. But speak up. Don't just speak up, because what is your passion? It's just creating, producing your latest movie. Is that movie where you live your life of dreams, and that life of dreams, it's all real, because everything in life happens twice. First in your mind, and then in other people's reality. And if you think about the logic of this, how something that is buried in your mind could be a reality unless you bring it out and allow others to be part of it and create a team. You are never alone. There are always going to be people who are ready to listen to you. There are always going to be people who are your ideal clients, and they will pay for the unfair advantage of learning from you. And this is my belief, and this is my experience. And I really think that becoming you, becoming who you truly are, there is nothing to stop you. It's nothing on the way, just yourself. It's your perception of yourself. So start thinking big. Start thinking of what you really, really want to do in this lifetime, what you want to create in this lifetime, and feel empowered. And realize that all these possibilities, Natasha was talking about removing the word impossible, which I totally agree, and we should launch a petition about that, Natasha, worldwide. Every single one of us got the power. And we are not about something which is possibly possible. We are talking about your existing abilities, the way you are right now. There is nothing that you need to change. All you have to do is to speak up. All you have to do is to accept yourself exactly how you are. Don't try to be somebody else. Any faults and ones, and that's been haunting me for a couple of years. Don't try to be somebody else. Everybody else is taken. Be yourself. Absolutely. And it's so true. It's so true, because when you start producing your own life, you are producing high energy, vibration, such a high level. And you'll only connect with the people who are like, or how should I put this, energy-like, soul-like, mind-like with you. And you are going to be spoiled for choice. Just pick and choose the people you want to be part of your life. You don't need to be where you are. You don't need to stay where you are. You don't need to accept stagnance. You have to embrace progress. And if that means your boat has to leave the harbor right now, do it now. There is never a better time than right now. Over to you, Natasha.
Completely and beautifully said. Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely. The boat in the harbour is a really good way of looking at it, and reminded me of the times when I have wanted to feel safe and I have wanted to be tethered like the boat to the harbour. And it's not easy to, undo the rope and launch yourself into the stormy, choppy waters where, you might feel completely on your own out there. You might feel totally isolated, and yet there is land ahoy, there is land ahead, there are beautiful adventures to be had, amazing experiences to be enjoyed, and fabulous, beautiful people everywhere, all over the world, with different cultures and colors and foods and cultures and spices and materials and landscapes, and so many fabulous things to see. So why would you want to limit yourself? Why would you want to stay in your comfort zone? Because actually, we become too comfortable in our comfort zone. When we step outside our comfort zone, that's when we start to grow, evolve, and develop into incredible human beings. And our energy and power expands, and our vibrations rise. And as you said, Marina, you operate on a much more high vibrational level, and the people that start coming into your life are on the same level. And it's interesting, because you've probably seen the same in your life. I certainly have. Even in the last 12 months, the people that are coming into my life are very different from the people who used to come into my life, say 5 years, 10 years ago. They are the people that I always wanted to be around, and I feel so blessed when, I connect with people and they connect back with me, or I meet them by chance. I mean, I'll give you an example very briefly. I read The Success Principles by Jack Canfield about 4, maybe 5 years ago. And I was like, wow, I would love to meet this guy. He's amazing. He teaches some fabulous things, some of which have helped me, some of which I use with my own clients. And I was like, this is brilliant. This is so exciting. I would love to maybe learn some more. How about, I could maybe train, have some coaching. So I made the call, to have the coaching and was given the price, and it was like, whoa, I was totally taken aback, because actually it was more money than I was able to, you know, commit to that, because I have a young family, and obviously, you know, their food, their clothes, that sort of thing all comes first, and the bills. And I was gutted that I wasn't able to find the money, even though I wanted to. It just didn't happen for me. And then literally just over a year ago, after I'd finished writing my book, Get Blissed, I was invited to launch the book in Toronto, in Canada. And I was invited on stage by the beautiful Raymond Aaron, who wrote the foreword in my book for me, in front of 500 people, to, you know, share briefly my story, and all the amazing things that had led after the book was published, which was like 3 days after it was published at that point. And revealed his mystery guest for the weekend, which was none other than Jack Canfield. So I got to meet Jack Canfield. I got to have dinner with Jack Canfield and spend time with him, which was absolutely incredible. So, you know, even though I really wanted to meet this gentleman, I had a lot of respect for him, I admired him, he really helped me go to the next level in my own personal development and get clarity on my own life and business. I had no idea I was going to meet him in person, and yet that happened. So, you know, always trust that your desires, your goals, your heartfelt, you know, dreams will come into your life, not necessarily in the guise or the design or the color or shape that you think. So you have to have some faith there that it is going to all happen at the perfect time. And then you just got to let it go to the universe and say, universe, you've heard what I want. You've heard that it's really important to me and it's completely aligned with my heart and my soul. And I'm giving it to you to say, I trust and I have faith that it will come to me at the perfect time. Then you take the next few steps, heading in the same direction, and all kinds of incredible things happen. And you will start to notice amazing people will come into your life. Things and opportunities will present themselves to you. You need to be mindful, listen to your intuition, and be very excited about them and notice them, and then seize the opportunity, seize the moment. Don't let them go, because otherwise, I promise you, it's like a cloud in the sky. If you don't grab hold of that cloud, that opportunity, it will just go on to somebody else. And then you'll kick yourself if you don't take advantage of that. So seize the moment, listen to your intuition, focus on what you want, get passionate about it, and get excited about what your desires and goals and dreams are. Don't ever give yourself any limits and say, this is what I want, and then have faith that you will, at the perfect moment, receive.
Wow. Wow, this is, Natasha, it's so beautiful. Each time I listen to you, I feel so inspired, and you are a goddess of inspiration yourself. And you learn from the best out there, and the people who none of us could ever imagine we could learn from them. And I think everything, when you start thinking what's next and you don't have any answers, then you start understanding that it's very important to ask yourself the right questions. So instead of asking yourself, how are you going to get there? How are you going to speak in front of 10,000 or 500 people? How are you going to make a living out of sharing your passion? How are you going to make a living from broadcasting your passion? How are you going to pay the bills from being passionate and focusing on your passion, not and dropping the race, taking the journey? Well, it's very simple. There are two rules for me. I mean, I don't believe in rules, but in my case, I had to discover two rules and unlearn everything else. I had to dehypnotize myself from the state of struggles where I was asking myself all the time, how I'm going to do this, how I'm going to. So I'll go to bed with certain questions and I'll have the answer in the morning. But turning the how into the wow. So instead of asking yourself how I'm going to publish a book or how I'm going to launch my product online or how I'm going to inspire other people or how I'm going to create better life choices for others, you have to say to yourself, wow, I'm writing a book. Wow, I'm having my own Radio World show. Wow, I am delivering what I created for the people I love, better life choices. And the other one is the fabric of passion. The fabric of your passion, like my own passion, is adventure. You have to say yes to yourself. So you have to start saying no to all sorts of crushing demands made on you, on your time, your energy, your values, your beliefs, your emotions, and start saying yes to yourself. Once you start saying yes to yourself, everything changes. You start seeing the world with a fresh pair of eyes. It's something you never seen. The colors you are going to start seeing, you never thought, you never imagined they existed. And turning the how into the wow, and saying yes to yourself, that the two rules I govern my life right now. And I don't know any other rules. I forgot everything. I traded the race for the journey. And I don't know where I'm going, but I know that together we travel far. From both of us, until next time, is goodbye.
Goodbye.